Start lining everything up. Your feet hip-width distance apart, nice and firm on the ground. Okay, we want to be nice and grounded in this period. So find all four corners of your feet. Lift your toes, spread them out, bring them back down. Nice big feet here, lining everything up. Hips over ankles, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, and palms forward. Ooh, and let's breathe here. So we're going to work on finding our inner light, okay, carrying us through these periods of longer darkness, longer hours of darkness. So let's take a nice exhale, and then as you inhale, visualize your internal brightness right at your core. And then exhaling, that brightness softens. Inhaling a little deeper, a little brighter. Exhaling, soften. Inhaling deeper, brighter. And exhale. All right. Feel that warmth that's starting to come from that light, and inhale deeper, brighter, warmer, all through the body. All the way to the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes, the crown of the head. Exhale, soften. And one more time, nice and deep, warm and bright, all through the body. And exhale. All right, shake it out. We're going to work on a 4-part breath. So just get a little movement going here. This is going to open the heart. It also has a forward fold. As always, when we fold forward, you stop where you stop in your forward fold. Okay, you don't have to go all the way down. You don't have to stay all the way up. All right, so let's bring the hands to the heart here. Inhale, float the arms. So your feet are comfortable, hip width, a little wider if that's better for you. The knees and hips are going to stay soft through this whole 4-part breath. Inhale, fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, clasp your hands behind you. Now roll your shoulder blades toward each other. Shine your heart up to the sky. Let your head follow without throwing it back. Soft knees and hips start to fold forward. And when you get to where your forward fold is going to be for now, you might experiment with lifting the hands off the spine. Release the hands down, float the arms out and up as you press through the feet, straighten the legs. Inhale, palms touch, hands come to heart. Okay? Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, clasp. Now you might have probably clasped the same way, so change your fingers by one, so you've got a little different clasp going on there. Inhale, shine your heart up. Exhale, fold. Release the arms and pressing through the feet. Inhale, way up. Palms touch, hands come heart center. All right, inhale up. Exhale, clasp. Just notice your clasp. You don't have to change it, just notice it. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, fold. We're going to spend a couple of extra breaths in this fold here, so just breathe. Lift your arms if you want. See if anything changes while you breathe. Big shoulder opening here too. Now release the hands and pressing through the feet, float up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. And shake it out. So that's a nice breath to do anytime. It's a great waker upper, but it's also a good breath to do anytime you feel like you need a little extra energy. So let's move into our spinal sequence now, starting with cats and cows, the feet wider than hip width distance. hands to the thighs, and we're going to arch the back and round. So we're moving cow to cat. And the hands are really helping us here. They're nice and firm on the thighs because we want to really feel the spine moving in the cats and cows. Let the head follow the spine. Okay, so the next time you round up into your cat, just hang here. And let's come back into the cow and really feel what happens in cow when we do it like this. The backs of the legs might be getting a little stretched. The heart is shining forward. And now round back into cat. Roll your hands up and just roll the shoulders back and shake it out. Shake everything out. All right, so we're going to be tilting side to side, and before we get into a really deep side to side stretch, we're going to loosen up our side to side. So just take your arms comfortably up, a little bend in the elbows here, and just start to sway side to side. This may remind you of Daisy, right, from our moon salutations. Opening up the side body, swaying side to side. So important to warm up, right? All right, so let's come back to center and shake everything down. Okay, now we're going to have the feet about mat width distance apart. Toes out, the feet stay grounded here, okay? This time we're moving side to side, but we're taking it more firm. So the arms are up here. Bend in the knees. Make sure the knees are going out over the toes. And we're going to tilt to the right just a little bit. Stretch through the ribs here. So take your fingertips farther away from you. Tilt a little more to the right. Stretch through the ribs and go as far as you can right now. Keeping your shoulders stacked and float up. Did that make sense? We're going to reach up with the knees bent, tilt a little to the left, reach more, tilt a little more, reach more, and tilt as far as you can, and come up. All right, let's bring those arms down, shake it out. That all made sense? Because we're going to do that again. All right, so let's go ahead, little bend in the knees, and we're adding on. So arms up. Okay, we're always bringing the hips away from the ribs, not the shoulders toward the ears. Bend in the knees, reach up, tilt, little bit. Stretch, a little more. Stretch as far as you're going to go. Now turn, face toward the right, facing with your chest headed to the floor. Sweep your arms forward, around, and come up. And be in this left tilt position. And come up. All right, we're going to do the same thing. Straighten your legs for a minute. Bend the knees. Starting to the left now. Tilt. Long. Tilt. Lengthen some more. Tilt. Turn. Face the earth with your chest. And sweep the hands around. Come up into this right tilt, your deep tilt, and come up. All right, arms, shake out your arms. We're going to do that one more time, okay, now that we have it. Okay, so let's go ahead, little bend in the knees, ribs away from the hips, arms up, shoulders away from ears. Tilt right, lengthen, tilt more, lengthen, tilt more. Turn, face the earth, sweep the arms forward, around, and tilt to the left. And come up. All right, straighten your legs for a minute, bend the knees, tilt left. Lengthen, tilt left. Lengthen, tilt all the way left, face the earth, and sweep around. Coming up to the right tilt. and lift and release. Shake it out. Woo. All right, shake out your legs. That's a lot more side body than we usually do at this point, but hopefully that helped a lot. Okay, it's also very strengthening and lengthening for the spine, which is always great. Okay, so for our twisting, we're going to just do some nice ice skaters. So you're going to need space to step side to side. Okay, we take the right leg behind the left, nice and gentle here. Right arm comes across, step out, left leg, step out. Yep, so just move into your ice skaters. Now, as you move through, you may decide to bend your front knee more and curtsy. This is also called the curtsy lunge. Curtsy a little deeper. Just take this at your own pace. Nice and slow here, and really feel things moving around, opening up. Not only is it a little twist, but it's also a hip opener. Take your curtsy lunge. The next time your right leg goes back, take it as deep as you're going to take it. Hold here, and go to the other side. Left leg back and hold. And bring it up. Good. And shake it out. All right. Let's take a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to be working our way down to the earth, getting ready for core. So for core, I think we'll treat ourselves this morning. Okay. Yes, we will. So let's come to the top of the mat, whatever that means to you. I know for one of you that means we'll skip it entirely. That would be treating yourself. I know. All right, let's come to the top of the mat. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Keep everything gentle here. Take a half lift. Sink through the knees and hips. Bring your fingertips down and step back to a downward facing dog here. And we'll go ahead and pedal the feet. Give them a nice little massage as we roll over the toes, one heel down and then the other. And press one heel down and hold. Roll, other heel down and hold. Both heels down and hold. All right, now we're going to carefully bring the knees down, sit off to the side, and take the legs straight, finding seated mountain pose. Nice long spine here. Inhale and exhale. And shake things out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do a dead bug series. Take it down. That'll be our core work for today. But we're going to start, a lot of times we start with 2 feet on the mat, but I think everybody could start with their right knee up, left foot nice and grounded. Arms are going to be by your side to start with. Now extend your right leg as you bring your left arm back. That right heel is 2 inches off the mat. It's not touched down. The core is engaged. The right heel is 2 inches. Bring your right knee back in. Foot down. Try it on the left knee. Left leg extends, right arm back, heel is up 2 inches off the mat, bring it in and down. All right, so that is the single leg option. Now we're going to do the double knee option with 2 arms up. And if you want to go back to single leg for any reason, kinder to your back, or you know, better for you right now, you know how to do it. Okay, we're going to go right leg, left arm, and back to tabletop. Left leg, right arm, and back. Knees to tabletop. Is everybody doing this? Okay. If you were doing single leg, you could do 4 right and 4 left. We're going to keep alternating here. In and in. This is the fourth time on the right, and in, fourth time on the left, and in, and hug your knees in, and rock side to side. All right, put your feet down and butterfly your knees. Okay, are you starting to feel that a little bit in your core? Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can expand on that. Okay, so we're going to go from tabletop to legs straight, arms up. Okay, check out with your spine, right? Anywhere along the way, it's where your spine directs you. Arms straight up, legs straight up, and right leg down and up, left leg down and up. If this isn't good for your spine, you go back to bent knees. Keep alternating. A lot of the work in this is keeping it slow. So we don't want to fling the legs up and down. We're controlling. That's where the work comes from. Right leg, left arm again. And left leg, right arm. And bring the knees in, rock side to side. Okay, now we're going to do doubles. So knees to tabletop, arms up. We'll start with knees to tabletop. 2 arms, 2 legs. Oh boy, feeling it now. And in. 2 arms, 2 legs. And in. 2 arms, 2 legs. And in. And doubles again. And in. Hug it in. All right, believe it or not, we're going to try that with straight legs. Okay, so let's go ahead. Legs up, arms up. We'll try it once, see if it works for you. Legs and arms and up. Switch back to bent knees if this isn't good for your back. Take it down, doubles, and up. Remember, we're going slow, we're controlling. Take it, doubles, and up. And 1 more, doubles, and up. Now bring your hands down by your side. Keep your legs up for a minute. Flex your feet. Put a little distance in between, not wide, but just a little distance in between your feet. And press up with your hips like you're going to try and make footprints on the ceiling. Now you're not going to go far. In order to go far, you'd have to swing your legs back, lift your hips. What we want to do is just lift straight up, get those lower abs super. Footprint on the ceiling, footprint. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, feet down, butterfly. Okay, how's everybody doing? You doing all right? Okay, we're going to move straight to the obliques here. The feet are grounded, nice and grounded here. Knees are bent, arms up, palms touch. Roll your shoulders and head up. Take your hands to the outside of your right leg. Come center and down. Roll your shoulders and head up. Take your hands to the outside of your left leg. Come center and down. All right, now we're going to do it with the knees up, roll up, hands right, center and down, roll up, hands left, center and down, and bring your feet down, shake it out. Okay, we will eventually do it with the legs straight. We're going to do an extension now. So bring your feet back down, take your hands up, palms together, roll up, hands right, extend your left leg. Bring it back. Roll up, hands left, extend your right leg. Bring it back. Now try that with the knees. Roll up, hands right, extend left leg. And in. Roll up, hands left, extend the right leg. And in. All right, bring your feet down, shake it out. We're going to go side to side like that a few more times. So you decide, feet down or knees up, take your starting position, palms touch. Here we go. Roll up, hands right, left leg extends, and in. Hands left, right leg, and in. Hands right, left leg, and in. Hands left, right leg, and in. To the right, and in. To the left, and in. And one more time, to the right, and in, and to the left, and in, and shake it out. All right, just move about. We're going to try that with straight legs. If it doesn't work for you, you'll go back to either of those bent knee versions. Arms up, here we go. Hands to the right, center and down, hands left, center and down. Adding the leg, hands right, left leg, and down, hands left, right leg, and down. Remember, you're doing the version that's best for you. Hands right, left leg, hands left, right leg, hands right, left leg, hands left, right leg. We are coming to our final one. Hands right, left leg, and up. Hands left, right leg, and up. Woo, bring it in. All right, feet down. Butterfly those knees. Inhale and exhale. Okay. All right, let's come to seated and do some rock the baby to open those hips. So we're seated. Feet are flexed, spine is long. Okay. And we're going to bend the right knee, take the right foot and the left leg, sit up nice and tall, and keeping the torso forward, rock the baby. We're moving the legs side to side. All right, come on back to center. Now put your right ankle across your left thigh. Bring your hands behind you for support and slide your left foot in just till it touches the mat. Right foot is flexed and we take the legs side to side. Let your right foot come all the way down to the left. And if your right hip is hiked up, move your right foot in front of your left shin. We want to be nice and even on the sit bones as we begin our twist. Left hand to the outside of the right leg, right arm up and back. Inhale, lengthen, and moving from the ribs, right, the ribs away from the hips, moving from the torso. Twist to the right, turn your gaze to the right. Now as you exhale, turn your gaze back to the left. Exhaling again, turn your gaze right. And release, unwind, give your legs a nice little shake. Right leg extends, toes are pointing up, knee is pointing up, left foot in the right hand, holding onto your left leg. Rock the baby. I'm glad you made it back. I saw you freeze. I was like, she's doing some kind of crazy hip stretch over there. And then you just never came out of it. All right, rock the baby side to side. We're going to take the left ankle across the right thigh, support ourselves, bring that right foot in till it just touches the mat, and take the legs side to side. Yes, take the left foot all the way over to the right. Do that hip check. We want to be nice and evenly seated, so move your foot in front of your shin if that works better for you to be seated evenly. Right hand outside of the left leg, left arm up and back. Inhale, ribs away from hips, twisting from the torso. Turn your gaze towards your left shoulder. Breathe. And on your next exhale, turn your gaze to the right. Exhaling again, turn your gaze to the left. Come center, release, and give those legs a crazy shake. All right. Let's do some nice arm strengthening for our weekend. So we're going to come to knee down plank. Remember, you can do these at the wall. You can do air planks, right? Air push-ups. All right, so here we go. Knee down plank. Fingers spread wide. Elbow creases roll forward. That brings our elbows back tight to the body rather than out. We're using our triceps rather than our biceps when we do that. Here we go, push up, hips back. Now you can do this from a knee up plank if at any point you prefer that. Push up, hips toward heels. Long spine forward, push up, hips toward heels. And one more time, push up, this time child's pose. Make sure your forehead is supported so your head isn't dangling. Child's pose. And with great attention to everything that moves and shifts, start to come into your downward facing dog, finding a nice, even 4-point down dog with the spine long, inhaling and exhaling. Now, as you start to walk forward, take your feet a little wider with each step, till you wind up mat width distance apart, bending at the knees, forearms to the thighs, hands to the heart. Press through the feet, lift your fingertips up, inhale, exhale, mountain pose, legs touching, feet touching. Good. And shake things out. All right. Are we ready to move into sun salutations? Okay, we're going to do low crescent lunge in our sun salutation with the arms back. So we'll be doing arms back, low crescent lunge. Make sure you have enough padding for your knees here. And remember, if that is not good for your knees, then you can keep your knee lifted as well. You can also work with your hands on a chair or the wall. Okay, so let's go ahead and breathe here. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Are you ready for straight legs or do you want to bend your knees here? You decide. Take a half lift, shine your heart forward. Bend the knees and hips, bring the fingertips down. Step back with the right leg. We've got a lunge going on here. Right knee down, arms back. Left knee is over ankle, right knee is behind the hips. Release the hands, plank, knee up or down, chaturanga. All right, from here, we're going to come into Superman. So point your toes behind you, draw your arms long ahead, okay? Long forward with your palms facing. Now we're going to lift the heart, taking the arms with it, and lift the legs. Superman, take it down. Lift into Superman and start to draw your elbows towards your waist, lifting the heart even more. Come back and release. All right, hands under shoulders and down dog. Put some nice length in the spine for down dog. Now feel your 4 points of contact and continue to maintain balance as you bring your right leg up to hip height with the foot flexed. Just hip height here. Okay, we're going to take a big step forward with the right and start to come into low crescent lunge, left knee back. So do whatever arranging and arms back. Yeah. Bring your hands down, tuck your back toes, lift the knee, engage all of your muscles and take one big step forward, half lift, forward fold. Press through the feet, float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. And release. All right, so everybody has that low crescent with the arms back, right? The rest of it is just our basic sun salutation. So we're going to flow a little more smoothly, a little less stopping until we get to the Superman, okay? Now, we're going to, I wore a blonde wig for Halloween, and somehow that blonde hair is on me. All right, here we go. So we're coming to the top of the mat. Taking a nice breath here. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift. Bring everything down. Now step back, lunge left. Left knee down. Low crescent lunge, arms back. Hands down, plank. Chaturanga. Returning to Superman. Arms forward, toes point behind. Lift and release. Lift, elbows to waist, shine your heart forward, arms back, and release. All right, make a pillow with your hands, rest your forehead on it, bend your knees, and just let your legs move side to side. A little relief for the spine here. And as we come to down dog, even more release for the spine. So go ahead, come into your down dog. Feel your spine lengthen. So more important than the legs here, whether the heels touch or the knees are bent or straight, is that length in the spine. Now come into a 4-point balance. And as you lift your left leg, maintain balance. 3-point balance, left foot is flexed. Big step forward with the left foot. Arrange yourself for low crescent lunge. Arms back. Hands down, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, engage. One big step takes you forward, half lift. Forward fold, press through the feet, float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. And release and shake it out. All right. Okay, so we're going to do some triangles, all right? So turn on your mat where you're going to be able to take your legs nice and wide for triangle. Same width as it would be for warrior 2. And remember, the shoulders always stay stacked. We don't care how far down the hand goes. We want the shoulders stacked. Okay, so the legs stay straight. So we take the right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle. Hips are forward. Arms are out. Okay? And just like we warm up many of our moves, we're going to warm this up too. We're going to reach to the right and come back. Reach right and come back. Reach right and come back. Now we reach to the right. Let that right hand drop wherever it goes on the leg. And if this bothers your shoulder, you can have your left hand on your hip or take the left arm up. Shoulders are stacked. Turn your gaze toward your toes on the right. Now turn your gaze to the center of your space, and then look up toward your left fingertips. If that bothers your balance, take one of the other positions. Inhale and exhale, and reach up. All right, so that was triangle. Okay, now we're going to go back to triangle, reach, reach, reach. Coming into triangle, find your left fingertips, put a little bend in your right knee, and bring your left hand to your right leg. Folding over your right leg for head to knee pose, also called pyramid. The hands are gentle on the right leg, a little bend in that right knee. And float back into your triangle. And come up. All right, shake it out. Turn your toes forward. Index fingers to your hip creases. Long spine. We're going halfway down, keeping the hips over the ankles. So we're going to go, you can go less than halfway, or you can go halfway. Inhale and exhale. Press through the feet and lift up. If your legs want a break, give them a break. We're setting up for triangle on the left. Toes are forward. Okay, legs are wide, left toes to the left, right toes at an angle, arms out, reaching left and release. We're warming up. Reach left and release. Reach left and release. Now reach, reach, reach. Left hand, wherever it lands on the leg is where it belongs. Right arm up, or you can opt to have your right hand on your right hip. Turn your gaze toward your left toes. Turn your gaze toward the center of your space. Turn your gaze toward your right fingertips. And come on up. All right, we're going back into triangle. Reach, reach, reach. Shoulders stack. Triangle here. Turn your gaze. If you found your right fingers last time, great. If you stayed at center, that's okay too. Little bend in your left knee. Bringing your right hand down, both hands gently touching that left leg for pyramid, head to knee pose. So depending on you, your hands might be higher or lower on the leg. Some people might even touch the mat here. And float back up into triangle. Bring your body up. We're going to put the hands on the hips, turn the toes forward, bend the knees now. We're still folding from the hip creases with a long spine. Bring your hands down. If they don't want to come all the way down, they can come to the thighs. And just move side to side. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg. So this is we're getting the inner thighs here. And then the next time your left knee is bent and your right leg is extended, stay here and see about lifting those toes. Bring the heel up, turn the toes more to the right. Come back to center, extend, stay to the right, and maybe lift those toes. And come back to center. Now bring your hands to your thighs, come halfway up. And then pressing your hands into your thighs, slowly come up the rest of the way. Okay, and we're going to heel toe or hop if you're a hopper. Shake the legs out. All right, how are you guys doing? We good? All right, let's inhale and exhale and do a little bit of sun and moon. So we're going to do sun and moon balance. Take your feet hip-width distance apart now. Ground through the feet. Take a few breaths. Find a drishti, right? Familiar moves here, sun and moon. Hands to the hips, right heel lifts. Make sure you're still nice and strong on your left leg. And start to maybe float that knee up. We're Testing balance now. Coming into sun and moon, if that's working for you, left arm up, right fingertips down. And release. All right, let's see how the left side's doing. Left heel up, right leg straight. Knee starts to float up. Right arm up, left fingertips down. Drishti, right? Finding a spot that isn't moving. Keep your gaze on that. Keep your breath calm. And release. And the feet staying grounded. All right, so you know that sun and moon is familiar. So if you want to just float into it, right knee, left arm, go ahead. If you want to take it in stages still, do stages. Nothing new here with the sun and moon. And release. All right, we're moving into sun and moon. Left knee, right arm. Good. And release. All right, we're going to add one thing. It's a twist option, okay? If you feel like your balance is good and the twist option is appropriate for you, you do that. If not, you just stay face forward. Sun and moon, here we go. Right knee, left arm. Arms out. Twist toward your bent knee. Come back center. Left arm up, right fingertips down. Sun and moon. And release. All right, last one. Left knee, right arm. Sun and moon. You can stay here or you can bring your arms out. You can stay here or you can twist toward your bent knee. Come back center. Sun and moon, right arm up. And come back. Yes, and release. Shake it out. All right. So let's go ahead and scan your body from head to toe. See what needs to move around, shake around for you. Any final moves you feel like you want to get into. And as you're moving around, see if there's anything you want for final relaxation. Like if it's cooling off in your space, you may want something to cover up with. We don't need anything, but have anything you want. And then when you're ready, come to the top of your mat. Find mountain pose. Now find that brightness and warmth. See what it's done as you've moved through your practice. Breathe into it. Send it all through the body, tips of the fingers, tips of the toes, crown of the head. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And now float your arms up, inhale, swan dive. Find a half lift, fingertips down, down dog. And in our down dog, we'll take the big toes together. Legs are touching here. Knees to the right, hips left, and switch. Knees left, hips right, side to side. And come back to center. Bring both knees down. Sit off to the side and find seated mountain pose. All right, shake it out. We're going to do a little forward folding with straight legs sequence here, okay? Because forward folding helps us just tap into ourselves. So from seated mountain pose, legs are long, arms are up, okay? Remember the shoulders are away from the ears, the ribs are lifting away from the hips, the feet are flexed. We fold from those hip creases, straight, long spine, as far as you can go without rounding, and then drop your hands to your legs You might have your toes, but don't hunch your shoulders forward to touch your toes. The fold comes from here. Okay, so wherever the hands belong, they belong. Take your gaze past your toes. Reach your arms long and up. Inhale, bring your hands by your side. Take your legs to a V. Everybody's V is going to be different width, right? So you take yours to your V. For me, when I want to go a little deeper, I use my hands to support me and shoot my hips a little more forward, okay? All right, the toes are still pointing straight up. Inhale, long arms. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. Remember, we're folding from the hip creases. Hands down wherever they belong here. Gaze past your fingertips. Long spine. Shoulders are not hunched forward. So as far back as the hands need to be so that the shoulders aren't hunched, that's where they belong. Long arms, bring it up, hands down. We're moving into Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet together. The heels can start out as far away from the pelvis as is great for you. We don't want the knees way up like this. You can also put some space in between your feet and bring your heels as close to you as is appropriate for you. Again, we don't want the knees up like this. Okay? Now we're going to bring the arms long up. Inhale, fold from those hip creases, keep the spine long, and just bring the hands down, gazing past the toes. Spine is long. Inhale, float the arms up, hands down. We're going to go through that whole sequence one more time. All right, so shake out the legs. Seated mountain pose, feet flexed, arms up, reaching from the hips. Hands touch where they touch. Shoulders are back. The spine is long. Gaze past the toes. Inhale the arms up, exhale hands down, V-sit. Feet are still flexed, toes are still pointing up, arms up, palms forward, fold. Keep your spine long, let your hands come down where they belong, gazing past the fingertips. Arms up, hands down, Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. Arms up, inhale, fold forward from the hips, hands down, gaze past your toes. All right, inhale, arms up, hands down. Help your knees together. Bring your feet hip-width distance apart. Lay down on the earth here and butterfly those knees open and closed. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to move into a pigeon series here. So take your right ankle across your left thigh, flex your right foot. Draw your legs in towards you and hold on to your shin. You're holding your right shin. Now we're going to take the legs side to side. So we want a lot of movement in this series. It's not a static pigeon. It's going to really release the hips. So we take the legs side to side. Now we go forward and back. And circle one direction. We're keeping that right foot flexed, right? Circle the other direction. Come back to center, extend your left leg. You're still in your open pigeon, your pigeon position. Point and flex that left foot. Circle the ankle, one direction and the other. Now cross tightly at the thighs. Your right leg is closest to you. And hold on. If you can find your ankles, find your ankles. If not, hold some other part of your legs and move around in a circle. One direction and the other. It's a nice little massage for the spine as well. All right, bring the feet down. Butterfly those knees. Moving to the left. Left ankle across the right thigh. Legs in. Hold your right shin here. Flex the foot. We're going to move the legs side to side. Forward and back. And circle one direction and the other. Come back to center, take your right leg straight up, point and flex. Circle and circle. Now cross tightly at the thighs, hold on to the legs somewhere, and make some circles here. And circle the other direction. And release, unwind, butterfly those knees. All right, if you want to move into reclined cobbler's pose, this would be a good time to do it. Otherwise, keep your feet grounded, knees bent, arms long out from your side. Extend the fingers and wiggle. Extend and wiggle. All right, now we're going to circle the wrists one direction and the other. Bring your arms back down, still lengthening out from the shoulders. Turn your gaze side to side. All right, come on back to center. Bring your hands down by your side and start to scan your body from head to toe. See if any final movements are being called for here. Give your body any final movements it's requesting. Okay, now before we come into final relaxation, we're going to extend both arms and both legs long. Inhale. Draw the knees in for Apanasana, holding shins or hamstrings, wind-removing pose. Inhale and exhale. All right, and from here, let's massage the spine. So bring your hands under your knees. Put some space in between your legs and rock side to side. All right, come to center, come into happy baby and rock. And release, feet to the mat. Butterfly your knees. And start to find your final relaxation position for today. Okay, you might want to keep your knees bent. You might want your legs straight. Arms by your side. Palms face up is traditional, but if your shoulders are requesting palms face down, you do that. Take a nice inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Let yourself go into the support of the earth, moving into final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Wiggle fingers and toes. And on your next inhale, stretch long. Exhale and draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. And coming up to a nice easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.